Hey everybody, I hope you are doing well today. This is going to be a little bit different beginning to this video, mainly because I've already recorded the video, so you're going to get another intro here in just a couple minutes. But I had some thoughts this morning that I just wanted to put at the beginning of this video, and it's mainly because this morning I got thinking about making videos, and I just for a brief moment I thought, man, this is really just trite and unnecessary, and like, who really needs to be making videos right now, because it's just not the most important thing. And then for whatever reason I had some other thoughts come into my mind, and I realized, you know what, that my goals and my hopes for my YouTube channel are not just art based, but even if they were, I had some thoughts about that as well. But my goals are to inspire people, to help encourage people in their artwork or just in their life. I hope to just be a positive impact in people and on their lives. And then even in just the sense of the art itself, I remembered watching a movie a couple years ago, and I learned this from the movie. I didn't know this beforehand, but during World War II, which we're not in any sense in a similar position as World War II right now, but there are some similarities, okay, with what's going on in the world right now. But in World War II, the news came out that Hitler, as he was going through Europe, was stealing the fine art from different countries, even from his own country, and making his own art collection. And then he was destroying all the rest that he didn't want to keep. And so this group of men that became soldiers to go into Europe, into Germany, into France, and all these other places to find these stores of art and rescue them. And at first I was like, that's kind of strange. But as you watch the movie and as I learned about the story, I realized that these people realized that art was part of history. It was part of the culture. And it was definitely part of the culture before, Hitler and the Nazis tried to take over. And after the war was over, we didn't keep that art. These American soldiers that went in to rescue this, we didn't keep that art for ourselves. We gave it back to the countries that it came from, because we knew, and those people knew, the value of that art, that it would inspire those people, that it would remind those people that this phase in history, that the Nazis and all that happened in World War II, this is not what the world is supposed to be like. And this art will remind people of what the world is supposed to be like, the good in the world. And of course, even if it portrays history that is not good, it will remind people of what the culture is and what it's supposed to be. And so I got thinking about that, and not by any means to compare myself and my art to master craftsmen and artists that made some of those old works of art that they were rescuing, but just in the sense of art in general. What we do as artists and what you do as an artist, we are making art that's part of our culture. We are making art that is inspired by our culture. It becomes part of our culture, and we impact those around us with the art that we make. And so I realized by making these videos, this is an art form as well, but it's about my art form as a potter and as a ceramic artist. And so I realized that this is a part of culture, and if I can be part of that, and I can remind people that of the good that's in this world, and if I can be a ray of hope and of light in this time, then that's what I want to be. And I'm not going to turn this YouTube channel into a motivational speaking channel. It's still going to be about my artwork, but part of my goal with my channel is to inspire people and to bring hope and to bring positive impact in people's lives, as I just said. So, like I said, I just wanted to start this video today, and there's going to be another intro, like I said, in just a couple minutes, or just a minute. But I just wanted to kind of share that with you guys, because I had this feeling of like, man, because you could be at home watching this and just thinking, man, I'm stuck at home, and I'm watching these videos, and I feel, you just feel bad after a while of just sitting at home. But there's not much else you can do. But if you are an artist and you're watching this, and you have the ability right now to create art, and to create something that will maybe even remind us of this time, or that will help people change their mindset and hopefully eventually get out of this mindset and get back to life as normal, then go do that. And that's what I want to do with my videos and with my artwork. I'm hoping that everything I make will inspire people when they see it, because there are times that I've seen pottery that I didn't make, that other people made, and it's just like, man, that just inspires me to be better as an artist and as a potter. And so I'm hoping that this is part of what I do with my channel, and that you guys feel that and experience that as you watch these videos. So this is a grand entrance to a pretty normal video, but coming up is a video about me unloading my gas kiln. It's a bisque load in my gas kiln and some things I learned about my gas kiln. But I just wanted to intro this video with this today. So here's a whole lot of something that's not about what's coming next, but it is. So anyway, thank you guys as always for your support. And like I said, I hope my videos inspire you, and I hope I'm a positive impact in your life. And I hope in turn you will go do that for somebody else. And you don't have to be in person to do that. We can call somebody, we can call a friend, we can text a friend, we can video conference a friend or a family member today and give them hope and encouragement. And we can also make our artwork, and we can do it to the best of our ability so that it inspires people, and it will inspire people hopefully long after we're gone. Because most people that made that artwork that Hitler was stealing, that these American soldiers went in to rescue, those people were dead and gone, but that artwork was priceless because it's part of history. So hey, we're already part of history. Let's just be part of it in a bigger and better way as we go forward. So stay positive, stay encouraged, and I'll do the same. All right, thank you guys. Here you go. Here's the video for today. Hey everybody, welcome back. I hope you are doing well today. Today we're going to unload my gas kiln, but it's going to be a bisque fire in my gas kiln. And so that may not be quite as exciting as the glaze load, but it's exciting for me for a couple reasons. One, I've got my 2 giant pots in there, like 50-pound pots. And 2, I figured out how to use my gas kiln to bisque fire, so we'll talk a little bit about that. And yeah, I don't know if this will be a whole video or part of one, but either way, that's how we're starting today. So let's go. All right, guys, here we are at the gas kiln, and it's already open, so you can already see what's going on and the pieces that I had in here. I kind of wanted to fill this up more, but I didn't really feel comfortable putting these on a shelf. I'm definitely going to put those on a shelf in my wood kiln, because there's no way I'm going to waste all that space above that, because I've got it like probably these being on each side. I would still have like 5 feet of height that I can put pots, and there's no way I'm wasting like 2+ feet of space that I can put pots. So these are gonna go on shelves in the wood kiln, but for now, they're on the floor in the gas kiln, and I thought I'd show you this. So first off, here's the cool thing, one of the cool things about this firing is I'm firing a little bit lower here than I do in my electric kiln for the gas fire. I'm only firing to, this is an 012, so that's a like 1550 or 1560, something like that. And the last time I fired my bisque load in here, where I really figured out how to do this successfully, I used this exact same cone pack, and the cone was bent about that much. And I thought, you know what, I could just use that same cone pack again and then just let it bend a little bit more, and then I'll know. And I could probably use this one a 3rd time and just wait till it melts, but I've got another one made, I'll probably do that. So anyway, give you guys a heads up on how I'm doing that. Get those bricks out of the way. And I've got something really funny to show you guys on this one big one here. You might already be able to see it. But I saw it at the end of the fire. When I looked in as I was shutting it off, I'm like, it looks like the glass beads are chewing bubble gum and blowing bubbles. And so, yeah, hold on a second and we'll get to that one. But you can see, here's another jar with the glass beads, and that's where the glass beads have melted just a little bit already. And so I'm assuming probably depends on the type of glass you use, if it's going to melt at this temperature or not. Of course, all the glass is going to melt at the top temperatures, so that have no worry about that. I'm just curious as to how some of these are going to look, having it already pre-melted a little bit, but I think it'll be fine. So like I said, a lot of these they're at a good temperature for Bisque fire, but they're a little bit lower, like I said, than I normally do in my electric kiln. But for the wood kiln, I'm not too worried about it because it fires so slow anyways. And I usually don't glaze the whole pot for this. And so any gases that want to come out, they got plenty of time to do that. The gas or the wood kiln heats up slower and it cools down slower. All those things help the benefit. And a lot of people fire in wood kilns without Bisque firing at all. So I figured even if I Bisque to 1500 degrees, it's going to help me in the glazing process, which is really why I'm doing it. And so these are Bisque fired enough, hot enough that I can still glaze successfully and then fire them in my wood kiln. So these are some of the two-part vases that you guys have seen me make on stream or on video. I need a place to put these. Be right back. Actually, this rack right over here is working just fine. So here's another two-part vase. And like I said, I'm really happy with these because these were the 3-pound bottoms and then added about a pound to a pound and a quarter in the tops, and really light. So, and as you can see, I got several pieces marked with number 2. Not everything in my second firing will be marked with a number 2, but plenty of them will. So got some bowls that I stacked here in the middle. No surprises or anything inside of those this time. But the main thing that I want to say about what I learned is that I've got a couple big jars over here that I Bisque fired in here probably last year, maybe the year before. And I noticed they had a small hairline crack in them when they were done. And it was a vertical crack going right down the side. And I was like, they were not even like close to the burner ports. And I thought, okay, what's going on? But I realized that the way this kiln is set up, the burners point up in the bottom. And the floor is only 1 brick thick. So I think after that flame is coming through the floor, it's of course spreading out. And I noticed a few different times that I've tried Bisque firing in here, some pots were fired uneven, and then those big pots had those hairline cracks, but those cracks were actually on each pot was right in between where the 2 flames come up in. So I realized, you know, this kiln is very efficient in the fact that it doesn't have a bag wall and it doesn't need one because the burners point up in the bottom, but that also ruins some pots because the flames touching the pots during the Bisque fire caused them to crack. So you can see what I did here, and I'll bring you in closer. You can see what I did here. I actually built a tunnel around each burner port. There's 2 in the front and 2 in the back there. So I basically built this little tunnel around each burner port going up. So that's 3 bricks. So that's 27 inches tall here. And then of course those are 2 smaller bricks there, but still I didn't think I needed too much in the front there. There's no pots in front of those. Anyway, so like I was saying, I put these bricks in front of the burner ports, and now I've Bisque fired twice successfully with this technique. And well, I haven't pulled these out yet to see if they're cracked, but so you might see me cry on stream at the fact that they're cracked, but I think they're fine. So we'll look. So we'll start with this one. One of the 50-pounders here, and we'll look at the bottom. Everything looks really good, and I can tell it like heated evenly just by the coloration of it. I really think that that was the ticket. So now we'll pull out the other big one. You can see the bubbles. You probably already saw it a second ago, but this is going to be kind of funny. All right, let me take this one inside. All right, here we go. This is probably the funniest thing I've ever seen on a pot. Now, I know this will heal over and melt and run during the glaze fire. But for right now, I have my glass beads were blowing bubbles. And they're like hard. I had one that I touched earlier and it like kind of like cracked. Yeah, like that one. See? So I'm not gonna mess with them too much because that, you know, that's obviously glass. And I don't know how it bubbled like that or why, because you can see these here are just fine. I really don't know what happened, but I think that is funny. My glass beads are blowing bubbles now, but we'll see what this looks like when it's finished. You guys will see that part and that process as well. But for right now, that's hilarious to me. Oh, and as far as checking it, Looks good, sounds good. I think we're good to go. All right, here's a couple more 2-part vases. Turned out real pretty. And then we got lots of coffee mugs that I stacked around the back, around the sides. I'm sure most of you guys know that you can take pieces like this during a Bisque fire and just stack them. And if I had more mugs, I probably would have stacked them taller. But I thought, you know what, at least stack some like this around the back and around the sides, and they'll be fine. So this, So this is a combination of my white slip, and this is a white slip that I added some cobalt to. So it's gonna have white and blue slip in it. And so I've got all these turtle mugs that I made. I had so many requests for turtle mugs after my last wood firing, and I've done them all a little bit different. So we're gonna have a variety of different designs, and all the turtles have different designs on their backs. And then the waves on the other side have different designs. Ooh, look at this. I did one. Here's a mama turtle and a bunch of little baby turtles. Oh, happy little turtles. Bob Ross makes the scene, makes it into my video again. I'm telling you, I'm the Bob Ross of clay. That's it. So a bunch of turtle mugs, some regular mugs here. And then I even have mugs that, like this one here. This is actually some slip, I think my black slip. And then this is actually a clear glaze that I use. And so I've learned to use this, and you can put the dots of it on, and then I'll Bisque fire, and then I'll glaze over that as well. And that works. And so let's see. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, there's another turtle there. And yeah, we'll unload these. Oh. Look at that one. That one's got blue dots all over its back. That's gonna be a cool one. Ooh, and blue dots all inside the wave. Yeah. Most of you guys already know about Bisque firing and all that, but for those of you who don't, or those of you who may have a gas kiln that have had problems Bisque firing in it, I thought this might be helpful. And yeah, you guys will get to see the funny bubbles on that one pot. And then, like I said, just the fact that I'm still, even though I'm postponing my kiln opening and the firing, I'm still excited about all the stuff that I'm making and what's going on. And this just gives me more time to show you guys more details about the process. I'm gonna have a video coming out soon where I show more tips about how I glaze. I probably won't give away specific recipes, but at least I'll give you guys tips on things that have helped me learn how to glaze, and different ways and things that you can try to make your glazing better. And maybe even firing schedules that will make your glazing better. And yeah, I'm gonna do a video soon on my tools and equipment that I use, and I've got a lot of other things going on. You guys probably saw my update on, I want you guys to send in information or send in pictures of the pots you make on the pottery making app on your phone or your tablet. And I'm gonna make those in real life, so that's gonna be funny. I've already got several responses, and I'm excited about this because this allows anybody, even if you're not a potter, you can download a pottery making app and use one of those apps to make a pot. And then I'm gonna pick several of them and make them in a live, or make them in a video, and then put that out. So anyway, who knows, I might even fire those pots and send them to the people that gave me the ideas. Just a thought, we'll see. Anyway, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel and the videos. So don't forget to like and subscribe and share this if you want, and hit that bell so you're notified when I do live streams and when there's new updates, new videos. And yeah, that's it for right now. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks guys, bye.